You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
It's our partner right here, man.
The OG.
Yes,
What
sir.
up?
Keith Sweat.
What up, baby?
Welcome, sir. Welcome back.
I'm good, man.
You got your 13th studio album
Hey.
playing for keeps.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it, baby.
You getting it, man.
With
You been
songs
getting it
like
for a long
Who's Your
time.
Daddy?
With Tank. Me and Tank talk about who's your daddy, baby.
What makes you still want to do music? You just enjoy it? You love it? Or
Man, I enjoy it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's always been one of those passions of mine to do it. And once I got a chance to do it, I figured I would do it. I never did it for the money. The money just came with it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, glad to be able to still do it and show these young boys consistency. You know what I'm saying? And
Does
that's
Keith
what I'm
Sweat feel like he got anything to prove at this point?
doing. Not a damn thing.
That's right.
Nothing. I think, I've proven the naysayers wrong. I've proven a lot of people that didn't think I would be relevant at this time in my career wrong. So, I mean, I don't really have anything to prove to anybody, I don't think.
And you still making millions of dollars off your old catalog, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's still selling. Thank you.
So you don't have to make new music. You don't have to make new music.
Nah, I mean, like I said, I do it because I love doing it. You know what I'm saying? R&B is a little different than what it used to be. So I just do it, Well, it is different to the point of the younger generation feel it's different. But in actuality, they're still doing the same thing we used to do. They just putting a different spin on top of it. That's it.
does it bother you? R&B music is not. It's not as big as it was before. You would hear so much R&B on the radio mixed in with rap. You just don't hear it like that anymore.
Well, the real talk, R&B was just taking over the pop charts and everything else. And, it was a situation where it was when I go number one on pop, then that's a problem. So it's like, okay, we got to adjust this.
Problem?
Because, it's black music, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it felt like they had to adjust the situation. So now it's like Freak Me, I Wanna, all those records that came out in the 90s were pop records. Now they consider just R&B records, So, I mean, the pop charts is something different now. So,
Well, the word pop just means popular anyway. So it
Right.
was the most popular song, and they
But they don't think about it like that no more. It's like,
The genres are different now, right?
there you go.
they let the white boys do it.
All day long, twice on a Sunday.
Sam Smith and all of
Yeah, and then when I listen to those,
Adele.
and I'm not knocking that, when I hear those records and I'm like, okay, we still doing the same thing, but we're playing it on the R&B side hard, but then when it comes to us making that kind of music, it's like, oh, that don't fit the pop side no more. So I just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? Just do what I do.
Now, did you work with Teddy on this project?
Yeah.
How many records did Teddy do?
Me and Teddy did about 3 songs on this album, 3 or 4 songs on that. I can't remember. Like Who's Your Daddy was one.
Do you really say that to women?
Nah, I don't be talking about who's your daddy.
You never said that?
Nah.
You told me one time you don't date no woman your age, Keith. You
Because
told
it could
me
be
that.
your daddy.
Hey, no, don't start that now. Don't start. Don't go. Hey, there's a number. You don't go beyond a certain number. You know what I'm saying? I like. You know what I'm saying?
If you had a young, maybe.
Baby, hey, just like, cougars like young men,
Yeah.
I mean, older men like sometimes young ladies. That's what it is. It's like
Younger than you.
Yeah. Don't start no.
Yeah, don't do that. I won't put you in that on Kelly.
Don't go. Hey, I know my limits. I know. I know where not to go. Believe that. That's not going to happen. And I get approached by younger women. You know what I'm saying? All day long. I'm on stage. I be like, "Hey, what you know about Keith Sweat?" "Oh, I grew up listening to you." And I be like, "Yo, all right, that's enough. That's enough. Back up. That's enough." It's one of them type of things.
Teddy gave you a lot of props, man. You saw him when he was up here?
Yeah, well, I didn't see the interview. I knew he was coming up here. He called me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was busy doing some things. I watch out after, everybody else watch out when y'all call me and say, "Yo, Sweat, you need to tune into the Breakfast Club. This is what they said about you." I was like, "Oh, I called you on something."
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But
You check
me.
I ain't checked. That's my man. I ain't going to check my man. He ain't doing nothing to me.
When Teddy Riley was here, he did say that getting married makes you not as marketable as a male artist, and he had told Bobby not to get married. What do you think about that?
I mean, well, you know, I mean, it's kind of true. It makes you when women know that you're not available anymore. Women have a tendency to shy away from that because they feel like, you know, I ain't got I don't have a chance now. Whereas, you know, some women don't care. Some women are attracted to the ring.
That's a fact.
You know, some women aren't. You know, and you know, like, I mean, you know, I've been married before, you know, but it never stopped my sales. It never stopped women from coming to see me perform. So I guess it depends on the individual.
Did you take it into consideration, like, if I do this, like, at one point, think about your career before you got married? Like, well, is this a good idea?
I thought about it, but, you know, then I didn't care because the woman I got married to, I loved her. So it didn't matter. I didn't care what, you know, these other women felt at that point. And, you know, and then, you know, I realized it really didn't matter because it never really stopped nothing. It never stopped, you know, the legacy. It never stopped, you know, the record sales. It just never did. So, I mean, like I said, everybody's different. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have to call all the other women up and be like, listen, just so you know, I'm going to have to settle down now, so.
Yeah, I ain't do all that.
In my head, you were a player.
Nah,
so,
I ain't do all that. You know, I still had to keep the swag. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't do all that.
How'd your wife deal with that, though? Like, being married and keep sweat. Keep still got to sing to the ladies and get the panties thrown on stage. And
I mean, them bills still got to get paid, too. Them bills got to get paid. Like, if you like Versace and you like Gucci and you like the cars and stuff, you know.
I got to sing to the ladies.
All right, this is what you. this comes with the territory. Right. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how it is.
Teddy gave you a lot of props. He said you put him back in the game. So you gave him $15,000 to do a remix of a record when he was like dead broke.
Yeah, I mean, it was a time where, you know, I mean, he didn't have anything, and I don't tell people that unless he bring it up.
He brought it up
because I'm a person like, you know, if you do something for someone and if you got to talk about it, then you shouldn't do it.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So unless, you know, I've done a lot of things for a lot of people in the industry, but I mean, I don't feel like if I'm doing it as a blessing or whatever, as a gift here, we're not going to talk about it unless you bring it up. But yeah, it was a time he was messed up in the game. Gene took everything. And, you know, I mean, it was like crazy. And, I mean, I said, yo, what's going on? He said, man, you know, boom, boom, boom. This is what's going on. I said, man, here, come on, get the car. Come and get this here, do this remix, get this money. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, I got you. So, you know, I introduced them to Harvey Austin. You know what I'm saying? It was Harvey at the time and Barry Hinkinson at the time. I brought him to where I was at in Jersey because I was living in Jersey. I'm still, you know, my high-rise in Jersey, East Rutherford. Brought him over there, introduced him to some people, and I said, yo, I need y'all to, you know, help my man, and let's put him back on. And a long story short, it happened, and, you know, and he came on back.
Yeah. He said he didn't even know he was supposed to get that paid for a track, get paid that much for a track.
Hey, I mean, he's supposed to get what he got. I mean, Ted is like one of the, you know, that whole music game that we did back in the day. It's like he's supposed to have got that money. That money was, he deserved it. He deserved it. So it's like, yo, and like, you know, we didn't get what we were supposed to get on the first album anyway. So it was kind of like, man, I've been in this game a long time. You've been in the game a long time. Unfortunately, somebody took something that they shouldn't have took from you. Let me help you get back on your feet. And that's basically it.
Now, you also told us about a song that you wrote.
Johnny Kemp just got paid.
He sold it, and you said, did you know or did you not know he was selling the song? What was the story?
Well, this is the story. The real truth behind this.
This must be what you hit Charlamagne about.
The real truth.
The real truth. The real truth about the story is this, right? And God, you know, Johnny Kemp is not here. God bless his soul. But a lot of people don't know. This is what happened. Me and Teddy Just Got Paid for the first album. It didn't make my first album because my first album was already finished, and they said, all right, it's not going to make the first album because we're done on the first album, okay? And the lyrics were basically because I was working the stock market, just got paid Friday night, you know, that whole thing. I happened to be walking down 132nd Street and 7th Avenue, ran into Johnny Kemp, said, yo, me and Teddy did this song that you need to go and record. Because me and Johnny go back, Johnny Kemp went back from performing in the Cellar and all the Mark IV and all the you know stuff back in the day. Said, yo, me and Teddy wrote this song. You need to go to the house and record it, right? I knew he went over there, but I had no idea he recorded the song. So I'm on the road, and everybody talking about this song just got paid, blowing up on the radio. I'm like, oh, he must have went over there and recorded the joint, right? So I'm happy, boy. I got another hit. You know,
think it's your joint?
I'm thinking like, yo, my name is on the joint. I'm thinking like he recorded the song, so I got another hit. You know, oh man, me and Ted got another hit. I come home, I pick up Billboard, and I look at Billboard.
Ain't no K Sweat.
Ain't no Key Sweat on the writers or nothing. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. So I called Johnny. I said, yo, dude, why my name ain't nowhere on the song? And I don't like, like I said, God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, Gene Griffin said if you had anything to do with the song, real talk, that I wouldn't be able to do the song. I said, I don't care what Gene Griffin said, man. I did this joint with you, and my name need to be on the joint, right? And I said, I tell you what, man, we'll settle that. Don't worry about it. We're gonna settle that because I know I need to. That was my joint. Make a long story short, me and Bill Underwood. Y'all know who Bill Underwood is?
Who's Bill Underwood?
Bill Underwood used to manage Johnny Gill. He used to manage Slave.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He was one of them dudes, and
Street dude, real dude.
Yeah. So we happened to go down to I think the Palladium was on 14th Street.
Palladium was on 14th.
Yeah, we happened to go down to Palladium, and me and him approached, Gene, and say, yo, this, boom, boom, boom. And my man Bill, handled it. He said, yo, he'll make it right. So, after that, long story. But Ted really didn't have
nothing to do with it.
Ted didn't have nothing to do with it.
Gotcha.
It was more like, at that time, Gene was like, this is the way it's going to go, so it's going down that way. You know what I'm saying? And I was never intimidated, but, everybody else was intimidated. And, same thing happened, with Les Chill and those type of things. If Gene said this was going to have how it's going to go down, that's how it went down.
Keith Sweat still talk like he in Harlem. They be like, he went down,
Keith Sweat
it was
a
boom,
street
boom,
nigga.
boom, and it was bam, and it was over, And
He just don't want to say he can't incriminate nobody. That's all.
So long they can't incriminate.
That's crazy that the business side of things would your personal would affect the business so much, because I would think he would want to make some money too, regardless of if you were cool to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you pass up hit records?
I mean, like I said, at that time, if a lot of people did it, didn't write records and taking credit for records that didn't write to make them look better than what they did. Like I said, most people don't know I've written everything I've done in my career. All my hits, I wrote them. You know what I mean?
And for other people.
Like I've written joints for Drew Hill. I wrote half of LSG album. I'm the one put that group together. So Silk. I wrote the whole Freak Me and that whole album. I wrote that whole album.
Album's a classic album.
I wrote Let's Chill with Teddy for Guy. So I've done a lot of. I wrote for Ron Isley, OJ's. I mean, I wrote for a lot of people, but a lot of people don't know that. So.
You can hear it though when you hear these records, and then you listen to Keith Sweat. Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, you can hear it.
Yeah, Immature. Somebody listened to a song with Immature. I know you wrote that joint.
What about today? Like for the younger artists, are you writing for them?
Nah, because some of the younger artists feel like some young artists don't want to associate themselves with the older artists for the reason that they feel sometimes like older R&B cats. They feel like like we're older and they're younger. I'm just consistent and relevant, you know what I'm saying? So
like when Neo was up here, and Neo, said something, I ain't about to do, what did he say? I'm not going to do that show. I'm even do some show with Keith Sweat or something. Trying to make it seem like Keith Sweat was old. That's what Keith Sweat called me for. He didn't like that at all. And rightfully so.
Right.
Well, I called, after I heard it. See what happened, man, when Neo was up here, and that's my man. And let me tell you something. First of all, I'm a big fan. Always been, think he's a talented brother. Always can't take nothing from the brother because he boys is crazy. He writes great records. I mean, he's dope on that scale. But my son hit me, and I think it was more because my son hit me, my child hit me, and said, "Yo, Dad, did you hear this?" I'm like, "What? What you talking about?" It's like, "Dad, did you hear that?" He said, I think he was trying to throw a
shot.
A shot at. I said, nah. I mean, that's my man. I don't think. Why would he do that? I mean, he ain't that kind of dude. I don't think he would do that. So he played it,
Oh boy.
And I backed up. And I said, hold on. And you know how, see, because I'm a seasoned, I've been in the game a long time. I said, well, I tried to say, maybe you didn't mean it like that.
Right.
I said, play that again.
Mm-hmm.
Play it one more time. And then I called
Charlamagne.
I said, while I was doing the Sweat Hotel show, and I said, man, I couldn't even do my show. Cause
That was on your mind.
I said, yo, man, bring me up there tomorrow, man.
I said, of course, OG, that's easy.
No, but what happened is, to make a long story, and to say that, like I said, it was funny because when we had the show,
because he was supposed to call into the Sweat Hotel that week,
and
then y'all supposed to perform.
Well,
in Chicago
what happened? He hosted my show, the Sweat Hotel,
Mm-hmm.
so he had to, like on my show, all certain celebrities just come in and host the show, and I can go do what I do, go in and get that bag, and they can do what they do on my show. So basically, what happened? He came and hosted the show, and then and like he's a class act. Let me just say this to you. First of all, I got to say Neil's definitely a class act, because what happened the day of the show that we did the show, he knocked on the door, came in my room and said, yo, can I talk to you for a minute? I said, yeah, come on. And he actually said, man, I didn't mean no disrespect by anything I said. What I was trying to say is that I'm a younger artist, and they're trying to put me in
older box.
Urban AC world.
older AC world. And for that, I understood what he was actually trying to say. And then, because I'm not social media driven, and people wanted me to comment on social media and all that, I'm like, I ain't doing that. I just wait and have a conversation with him. He came in the room, and he was very respectful. And like I said, I've always been a fan, and we shook hands, and we took a picture together and all that stuff. And then I said, let me explain something to you. I'm an OG in the game, and we all get great and die. And I said, see, the problem with most acts, they don't think they're going to get old, gray, and it's going to be the next young brother
That's right.
coming up.
Everybody
It's just
got a
like with
birthday.
radio or whatever. It's always somebody that opened them doors
Absolutely.
to get you to the point you got to, and you got to respect the brothers that open the door. Like me, when it comes to Eddie Laverne and all them kind of brothers, I'm like, I bow down because I know I would not be in the position I'm in if they didn't open the doors. And it allowed me to make more money than they making. And like myself and other brothers that has come before them, it allowed them to make the money that they making. So what I explained to them, I said, one day you're going to be the OG. And then when them young brothers said, man, I'm not messing with Neil, and Neil's too old, and then you're going to say to them, like, my brother, I did these things to make it better for you to do what you're doing. So I had to explain that, and he got it. It was more like, oh, man, I respect that. So when it comes to my man, like I said, he's a class act. I've always been a fan, will always be a fan. I just think, like y'all put him in a trick bag that day.
Now, how did the show order go now? Because you always finish the show.
I headline.
Okay, but on this day, Keith said, I'm gonna go on before him.
Nah, but I end up headline. I still because it's who was on the show? It was Ja Rule, Ashanti, Neo,
Ashanti fine, ain't she?
Tank. Man, come on, man.
He's trying to get unblocked because he's blocked on her page.
Tank, come on, man. She's blocked on her page.
Yeah, he's
Not
trying to
no
get
more. She
unblocked.
unblocked me.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she unblocked.
Oh man, let me finish telling y'all who was on the show.
Good.
Ja Rule, Tank, Neo. Who else was on that show? I can't even remember. And it was me, and that was the end of the show. That's the end.
I feel like a lot of artists are paying homage to older artists, like the artists that came before them, and sampling that, right? And bringing it to a younger audience, because I hear all these artists doing songs that feel like a throwback to me, and I'm like, oh, it's very nostalgic for me. Like, I'll hear it, and I'll be like, yeah, this reminds me of when I was growing up. And I hear these younger artists doing it now. Do you like that when you hear that?
It's just paying homage. It's just paying, giving me my props. If somebody put sample Keith Sweat, like, people talk about me in the rap songs, and it's like, it's just giving me my props. It's like they respect, like, people are not talking about people they don't like.
Right.
Yeah.
And people ain't sampling people like they think is whack. That's
Have you
not
ever
gonna
not
happen.
cleared something? Like, I don't like how that song sound.
Have I ever not? I think I've done not clear shit, like, because it was like, man, I want no, you can't touch that. And like, it's like, no, I like the way I sing it better than you. Leave my,
Oh, so people try to redo your whole song.
yeah, leave my. I like the way I'm singing it better than you. No,
Who tried to redo your joint?
I forget. I forget who tried. Somebody back in the day. I can't remember who did it, but I mean, I clear. I don't clear everything, man. If it's whack, it's whack. I am not, But if it's not, it depends on the artist. If it's, they don't know an artist, I know it's gonna get some spins. I'm just gonna be like, hell, more money.
I'm surprised Drake ain't never did nothing. He called himself the light skin Keith Sweat.
Oh, yeah. Well, he need to do something, so I get that check. He need to do something. He can do whatever he want. Man, you can have my whole catalog. Yo, he not have it. What I mean is you can
sample it.
Okay.
What made you want to collaborate with Casey on this album?
Oh, first of all, it was supposed to be Anthony Hamilton. And, Anthony was busy, so the closest thing.
Casey know that? Damn.
Nah, but
you know he wasn't your first choice? God damn.
Why you gotta start a problem?
So I just went this way.
No. Listen. Anthony was busy. They related, So it was more like, yo, Casey, he messed me up. Nah, Anthony wanted to do it, and Anthony was busy. So Casey, they got the similar.
Yeah, that North Carolina
soul thing. So I asked Casey to do it. So Casey did it, and Casey was one point, and he came in the studio, and Casey was crazy. It was like, man, I want to hear the Jodeci Casey, not the Casey and JoJo Casey. Mm-hmm. So he kept walking out the studio, and I'm hard in the studio. I'm real hard in the studio. It's like, man, come on and sing the song, man. And he said, man, come on. I said, come on and sing the song. There's a certain way I want to hear the song. Come on and sing the song. So he did his thing. He sounds real clean on the song. Sounds great on the song. So I'm happy how it came out.
Tell me about the song Fuego. Because I see it on it. It's not out yet, so I haven't heard it. But
Fuego's with Akon and Alkaline.
So it got a reggae vibe?
Yeah, it got that reggae vibe. Got that. It's hot. You got to hear Fuego. It's Akon doing his thing, Alkaline doing his thing on the song. It's crazy.
How did that song come about? Like, what made you?
Man, I wanted some Latino feeling on my joint, man. So,
He said that very like he's reminiscent about something.
Or somebody.
Hey.
What's her name?
He thrusted the air. He said,
nobody. But I wanted, I just wanted that everybody that kind of music is heavy right now. The audience is crazy on that, So I just wanted I wanted to have something like that on my own. But everybody know I'm very versatile, and when it comes to music, I love doing music. I do up tempo just as well as I do the slow joints. So I definitely want. And Akon is my man. Me and Akon were friends before Akon had a hit record. You know what I'm saying? So like he said, I say, yo, Akon, I know you're making that African money, but come on and come on back home, baby. So we did the record together, and it was cool.
Do you challenge yourself to make music that can compete in this era?
Sometimes, it's more. I want to hear how dope I am compared to the stuff that's coming out. So I might challenge myself. I'm like, man, let me see if I can make that. I got a record called Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo on the album, and that joint sounds just like anything you would hear. People be like, yo, who that on the record? I said, that's me, man.
Do you hate the fact that, a dope record is a dope record, and because of you've been in the industry so long, like an urban station won't play it just because you Keith Sweat, not because the music don't sound good?
Right, I hate that. I think that's not fair to me. I think I should get played because of how long I've been in the game. It's like and like I tell people, it's just like when I came out and people, I had a whole different swag. My R&B wasn't like Freddie Jackson R&B or somebody else. Everybody like, yo, it was an edge to my joint. That's why the street messed with me and everybody else messed with me, because that's why the brothers that was in jail messed with me. That's why, what I'm saying. The dope boys messed with me because it was an edge to myself. I was dressing like them, but I was singing R&B. So I think it's unfair to me now to put a hot joint, and people look at me and say, man, I'm not playing it because he's older than the rest of the guys. If it's hot, it's hot.
That's right.
If it's not, it's not. You shouldn't do that to me. But it's all good. If you come on stage with me, you know what it is.
There you go.
You know what it is, for real, for real.
Did you make the Eeny Money Mo record because of the way people rap nowadays? He was like, they ain't saying nothing, so let me just go on and...
Well, Eeny Meeny Miny Mo is like, it's like a strip club joint.
Really?
Yeah,
Just picking them out.
I can get anything I want, Eeny Meeny Miny Mo. You know, I can get what I want, Eeny Meeny Miny Mo.
You go to strip clubs a lot?
I go to see what the music's about.
There you go.
He go over the music and the food. I go over the music and the food.
I go to see what the music and the food. I like the food and I like the music. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got to listen. I got to know. Well, you can be curious. It's all good. I got to know what I'm working with, what I'm dealing with. I can't put out a joint and I don't know what else everybody else is doing. I got to feel it, know what's going on. Like you lose in this game when you just don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And you don't know what's popping. Like if I want to be an OG and sit home and be like, okay, I'm gonna go back to singing, make it last, and don't stop your love. That's not what's going on right now. That's good for my audience when they come to see me, and I do 5,000, 6,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Some people, yeah. If those don't know, I'm still doing 5,000, 6,000 people at my shows. You know what I'm saying? But that's good for those people. But for the younger generation, they be, oh, that's dated. So I need to know what I'm working with, so I can go in the club and say, all right, I need to get some. Hey, give me a Hennessy and cranberry, please. And then let me hear what they playing. All right, let me go to the studio.
That shit, your music timeless though. So even though you may think it's dated, all them records still going right now.
Well, that's why I'm blessed to get paid. Still get paid. So a lot of people don't even know that I'm out on the road. Like I'm out on the road. A lot of people are like, yo, what he doing? I'm like I do probably 100 days a year.
Google Keith Sweat tour date.
You know what I'm saying? Like I do the MGM. For those that don't know, I'm at the MGM Grand this week. In D.C., come and check me out by myself. No opening act. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying?
Talk that talk.
And Keith told me one time, I do shows when I want to. You do a couple of months just cuz.
I do that, and then I promote some of my own shows.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know I promote it. I can't talk about, certain people, today. But I promoted a few other shows before, and people didn't like it when they found out I was one of the ones promoting their shows.
Really?
Yeah. People don't like. It's crazy. It's crazy. People don't like artists. Some artists don't like when you're promoting their shows. They don't like it.
To this day?
To this day. So what I do is say, man, I'm gonna promote that show, but don't let nobody know.
Don't put my name on it.
Don't put my name on it. They don't need to know I'm promoting the show.
That sounds so crazy to me that people really would be upset about that and not want to just.
They still mad that you.
That's so weird to me.
They don't want. They mad. I don't know.
You smashed one of their chicks back in the day.
I don't know.
Mama.
No, don't go to mama route.
Don't
go to mama. Don't go to mama route. But
that's gonna be his mama name, Keith. She might have came to a show.
Go listen to Who's Your Daddy.
Oh yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. I'm like, son, where you been, son?
Hey, you the light skin Keith Sweat?
I'm the light skin.
Oh my child,
I got curly hair too.
I mean, like, that's my son, y'all. Leave my son alone.
That's crazy. Them artists still hating like that.
You're gonna be like, Daddy, I need some money.
Go get that new album, man.
New album, go pick that up.
It'll be out October 26th.
All the time, man. It's the OG Keith Sweat.
Yo, all right, son, don't.
It's my dad.
There you go. Now you showing some respect. There you go.
Christmas is coming up, Dad.
All right, man. What you need, son? What you need?
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.